right, welcome. We are here, and we are live, thankfully. I'm not. I'll just stand up. So, anyway, we've got a wheelchair on the auction this year, and we've got this really cool handmade, refurbished wood chair. So anyway, enough of that. We are sitting in the middle of auction prep, and we are very thankful for that. Auction is August 4th, in case you are not aware of that. That's coming right up in about a week and a half. And we are blessed today to have Paul Suvar, and he is our auction volunteer coordinator. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. So we're going to dive into that, some needs that we have for volunteering. But before we do that, Paul, I see you're wearing a Gateway t-shirt, so give us a little bit of history on what Gateway means to you, or how you became involved in Gateway.
Sure. Well, I grew up in Northwest Ohio, and I kind of heard rumblings of what Gateway Woods was about. I went to school down at Ohio State, and when we came back up into Northwest Ohio, East Indiana area, we made Leo our home church, and was kind of exposed on a more intimate basis, on a Sunday to Sunday basis anyways, to the house parents and the residents who lived here at Gateway Woods, and kind of found my way to Tuesday night basketball,
Nice.
which is a good kind of transition point to get people involved in this ministry as well. And we were here in Leo for it was about five or 6 years before we actually took the steps to investigating whether or not it would be a good fit for us to be house parents.
So you were playing basketball as a non-house parent?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
No wonder you are legendary.
Legendary, man. Your words, not mine, my friend. So like 2009, we kind of took the plunge. We had discussed, we prayed quite a bit. There's a transition point for us with careers where he said, God, if this is where you want us to be, lead us that way. And he really kind of laid it on our hearts to kind of engage in this, and at least investigate. We were fortunate enough that there was a need, as there typically is at Gateway Woods, for house parents to come and serve in that capacity. So in 2009, we kind of pulled up stakes from Northwest Ohio, across the state border over here to Indiana and Leo, and became house parents. And we served in the Cypress House for 5.5 years. 2.5 is alternates, and 3 is full-time.
Yeah, and you handed the keys over. So very good. As always, if you have questions from the field, please speak up. So, all right, so 5.5 years as house parents.
Yep.
I like to say that anybody who gets over the 3-year mark, that's impressive. So 5.5, wow, that's awesome. So, and I also like to say that it's kind of like dog years. So 5.5 years really feels like maybe 15.
They catch up to you. It's as you know, it's a hard ministry, those positions as house parents, but it's stretching, it's growing. It puts you in positions where God really reveals, what does unconditional love look like? What does grace look like? What does mercy look like? You get to see it and demonstrate it on a day-to-day basis. And what does patience look like? You definitely grow in those different areas. So yeah, we looked at it as a beautiful, amazing opportunity for us to serve while we were here, but we really felt like God was using this ministry to minister to us specifically. And I really believe that our family grew as a unit spiritually while we're here as well.
Very good. So do you have a fun memory or something that is just laughable looking back in your years of house parenting?
Good night. Boy, to sift through all of the incredible memories that we had. We had lots and lots of amazing residents that we got to interact with on a day-to-day basis. Some of the funnest really memories that we have kind of involved with house trips that we would take. Mm-hmm. And one of the big trips that we took is we went up to the Bay City area, and we knew someone who had a lake cottage there, so we were able to stay for 2 or 3 days and just being able to just interact with the kids outside of the confines of Gateway Woods. You kind of see them open up and blossom in different ways that they wouldn't typically here in the therapeutic environment that's present. So we would have sharing nights, and I mean, some of the residents they were getting serious conversations, and they would really kind of be struggling for the words to say and kind of express themselves in appropriate ways. And just the conversations that would come from that were they were really kind of heartwarming, but also kind of very comical as well. Just
Yeah.
the way they would present themselves. So, yeah. House trips, awesome, amazing. You ever get the opportunity, dive into those things.
Nice. Yeah, some of our favorite memories, we went to Chicago.
Yeah,
on
nice.
a house trip. It's really a day trip. We just had the 3 residents. That was kind of fun.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And then Cedar Point after that.
Oh,
We found
nice.
that was a fun place to go over to Ohio and partake in those beautiful roller coasters.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and the kids always loved it, and it wipes everybody out.
Oh yeah, big time.
Long
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Very good. So, any questions from the field?
No.
Okay. So 5.5 years, and then what did you do after Gateway? Like, where did that take you?
Well, you know what? During our time at Gateway Woods, I kind of developed a love for serving youth. And while I was here at Gateway Woods, I was able to work on obtaining my Master's of Arts in Teaching. So once I got my teaching certificate, when we transitioned out of Gateway Woods, I was able to transition into a full-time teaching position at Blackhawk Christian, where I teach math and science at the high school level. So it transitioned really well. I mean, being able to work with the youth and kind of connect with them on that level, being able to transition to that into a full-time teaching position.
That's great. And I think that your students like to have fun with you a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Did you know you have an Instagram account?
Yes. I do. I don't keep up with it. I cannot claim it. But yeah, my students, yeah, they kind of have fun with me with that.
I shared it with Nicole, and she had no idea. She's like, I think a student set that up for me.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
So if you would like to follow Paul, it's the real Paul Suvar.
Yeah, the real Paul Suvar. You'll see plenty of interesting pictures and stuff that I have like no part in at all.
Very good. So how long have you been teaching there?
Sure. I've been there since we transitioned out of Gateway Woods, which was June of 2014. So I just finished my 4th year there at Blackhawk Christian and entering our 5th year here, which is just less than a week and a half really. So.
Yes, I've never been a teacher for a full capacity like that. So when you, like every year is somewhat similar, right? So when do you get to where it's like kind of just greasing the wheels and you're just maintaining it, or is it?
John, I'll let you know. When I get there, I'll let you know. I'm not there yet. Continue to grow as an educator. It's fun because I mean every single year it's a new mix of students and new and interesting personalities and challenges and classroom dynamics that are presented to you on a year-to-year basis. And really, I love students so much because I mean they present themselves almost as puzzles of sorts. So you get to dig into them and try and figure out, all right, what makes you tick? What's what is it? What are ways that I can connect with you that might not have worked with somebody else?
Yeah.
So now I would definitely not say I'm a master teacher in any stretch of the imagination, but continue to grow, and I think that's kind of one of the keys of education, really in life as well, is just being flexible, being willing to adapt and engage, not be willing to sit on the sidelines, but engage with people.
Very good. Speaking of sidelines, sports broadcasting, that's part of your repertoire.
What? This research here, John. I'll tell you what, man.
Tell us a little bit how you got into that and kind of how that drives you.
Well, I mean, in addition to the opportunity to serve as an educator's role at Blackhawk Christian, there's lots of other ways to serve with extracurricular activities, be it coaching or other avenues. The opportunity came about to actually broadcast the home games for the Blackhawk Christian Braves boys basketball team, the varsity team. About 3 years ago or so, they were looking for somebody to kind of take the reins with that and kind of engage with it. And, I kind of snapped it up. I said, I'm willing to hop on board and see where this takes us. And it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. I work with Brian Greenwald, and we kind of bounce off a lot of different thoughts like throughout the game.
Sure.
And, I get to be the color man. He does the play-by-play stuff.
I was going to ask if you were the color commentator or the play-by-play. So
Yeah.
who would be an inspiration color man for you?
Oh man, it is inspiration color man for me. Well, Charles Barkley, obviously, right? Charles Barkley is just it's terrible color commentator. Terrible, just terrible. No, I mean good night. I love the ABC guys, Van Gundy and Mark Jackson and stuff. They bounce off.
I don't know. Dickie V was.
He's more the he's got fire. I'm telling you what, he's definitely got some passion going on with him too. So good stuff.
We've got a question
Okay.
from Joe Beer.
All right.
Being a volunteer coordinator, what would help support you in a tangible way leading up to the auction?
Tangible ways. Wow, I love tangible stuff. That's great. Well, prayer is tangible, and that is something that we definitely covet. Not just in the position I'm in, but in all the positions here at Gateway Woods. We covet your prayers. If you can continue to pray for individuals' hearts and desires to serve in the capacities that we've got laid out here for the day of the auction, we really appreciate it, because there are opportunities to serve still. We're kind of doing something different this year in regards to being able to sign up for positions to volunteer for the day of the auction. We're going to an online system where you can actually scroll through and choose different areas and identify specific volunteering positions that might cater to your needs or your strengths in service. So prayer, checking out a website, I'm going to lay it down for you here, www.gatewayWoods.ivolunteer.com. If you access that website, you're going to see a very clear, distinct layout for how you can find 5 different locations that we've identified here for the auction. Our 3 traditional tents, white tent, red tent, green tent, as well as the food area and the grounds area. If you click on any one of those links, it'll open up a spreadsheet of sorts where you can identify very quickly where there are still open opportunities for you to click up, sign up for, input your information, and commit to serving that capacity. So thanks, Joe. Appreciate you, watching and sending a question. Appreciate that.
So say I forget to sign up, I don't go to the website, or I don't have internet at home.
Sure.
What do I do on auction day or week of auction? Who do I go to?
Great question. If you're in that position where you don't have internet access, or maybe you don't have email at all, every church has a Gateway Woods representative. If you have a desire to serve in that capacity, you can touch base with them, give them your information, and what they'll do is they'll contact me, and I'll be able to sign up whatever position you'd like to sign up for in that capacity. So there are workarounds for it. The week of the auction leading up to it, there's tons of volunteers that are coming out. We'll definitely set up a couple computers, and I'll be available the week of the auction to help kind of people get signed up on site if need be as well.
Okay. Will you be here in the gym, or where will you
I can be, yeah.
Okay.
To be determined. How about that? Whatever makes the most sense. Outside, inside, I'll accommodate for everybody's needs.
Sounds good. Any other questions from the field? Okay. That's basically all that I had, unless there's any other things you want to share more in your role that you currently are part of.
Well, I'm a rookie. I'm not going to use that as an excuse or anything like that, but I'm new to the auction volunteer coordinator game here a little bit. And we are in a year of transition, going to this online system of sorts. So I'm really excited for the prospects and the opportunity that it presents. I think for ease of users and being able to get everybody engaged instantaneously, being able to see what you've signed up for. And it really allows us to collect data as well and be able to communicate with you more effectively coming up to the auction and in years to come as well. So I'm super pumped about the system that we have going on with it. I anticipate there probably being some hiccups with new things being introduced, but in the same breath, it's the right way to go. It's a good way to go. It's going to be really beneficial for us in the future and today as well. So one more encouragement to everybody out there listening and watching. Boy, the day of the auction, everyone who has ever come to the auction itself knows the excitement of it, and they know how incredible of an event it is. It really cannot go unless we have individuals with servant hearts willing to serve in the capacities that we've kind of laid out for you as well. So if you have any desire at all, or anyone you know of anyone who has a desire and hasn't already signed up to help volunteer, there are opportunities still available for you at that site, gatewaywoods.ivolunteer.com. You're going to be able to find those opportunities to sign up for it and get it rolling. 320 plus opportunities to sign up for on the auction day. It's a lot of moving parts, and this whole event can't take place without your service.
Very good. I've enjoyed the time, Paul. Thanks for coming down and sharing your time. And on that note, too, we are pretty well on our items, but if you still want to donate items, contact us today, and we can get that in. The system will close on Sunday, so that is kind of our deadline. But we look forward to seeing you. But most of all, let's hear your prayers, and we just pray for a blessed week ahead and a blessed day on auction. So we'll see you next week.